Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Star Wars Wednesday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with Star Wars, the Black Series, the Disney Plus Ahsoka TV show's version of Clone Captain Rex in his Phase 1 armor. Let's get into it! Let's start things off with a look at the packaging. And here on the top, we've got this pig hook holder, some tape, and that's it. On the front, Star Wars, the Black Series. Then we have a nice big window showcasing the majority of the figure and his accessories. Clone Captain Rex, he's number 16 in the Ahsoka subline. Warning, don't stick things in your pie hole that do not belong there. 4 and up, assortment numbers, Hasbro print. On the bottom, small print, fine print, legalese print, made in China print, symbols I'm not going to learn, and a barcode. On this side, nothing up to the top till you hit this stripe, which continues, or it comes around from the front, continuing up at an angle and then around to the back, and then at the bottom says Star Wars, the Black Series. On this side, some nice artwork of Rex. Then on the back, Star Wars, the Black Series, Clone Captain Rex. Rex served the Republic on the front lines during the Clone Wars, taking orders from Anakin Skywalker and Ahsoka Tano, first as a captain and later a commander. And then here we have that same artwork from the side here again. Again, number 16 in the Ahsoka subline. Attention, especially don't stick things in your French pie hole. Includes figure and 3 accessories. Warning, attention, Octoon, don't stick things in any other language pie hole that do not belong there. Don't give it to baby, small, fine, legalese made in China print, Disney print, and Hasbro print. That, my friends, is a look at the packaging.
Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories. And here we have handy dandy tweezers to help take a look at these accessories. And first up, we have his blaster pistols, nothing that we have not seen in the Black Series before, and they do have nice molded details, and it's a nice cross between realism and what we saw in the Clone Wars animated. And there are 2 of those. They are exactly alike. And then his last accessory is his bucket. And I have to say, it does look really, really nice. It's got the viewfinder. It's got his jag eyes. It's got his nice blue on there. And, of course, these squares of... Well, they're not squares. 4 rectangles and 4 rectangles. So, I'm guessing yellow? I'm colorblind, so don't make fun of handicapped people. Then we've got some black down in here. We've got some deco for the nose ridge, I guess, and then the T-visor, and then the vocoder. And then on the back, the blue stripe comes around and then goes down. And then, of course, it's Phase 1, so he does have that fin on the top, and he's got these black lines over here on this side as well. And the rangefinder is posable, so there is that. On the inside, really nothing to look at, unless you're a clone, of course. So now let's take a look at Rex himself. And the last time I took a look at Rex, I probably mentioned this as well, I don't really remember his hair being blonde, and that's the way it looks to me. And I always thought it was just like really short, and then you saw his skull, not his skull, his scalp kind of under there. But according to all the Black Series action figures, at least, He has blonde hair. But I will say they did do a nice job on the face. Especially the paint. The eyes are really crisp and clear. And the eyebrows look pretty good too. And there's just some other color in here and there also. It looks like a little bit of a scar right there. So, very nice. And he's got his pauldron going on here with his blue and black and gray. And then, you know, his 501st deco stripes going on. And highlights on the knees here. Other than that, it's pretty much white plastic. And then his comma is plastic. That's a weird, I don't know, that seems weird to me. And then his holsters are in there. Maybe it's because of the holsters. I don't know. They could have made those easily a part of the belt and made this a soft goods piece, but they didn't. And then he's got blue trim around his comma. And then again, I mentioned the knee pads. So, and then just throughout the figure, I mean, there's nice sculpted details. It's clone armor, and it's very clean clone armor. So this must be from like the beginning of the Clone Wars, or possibly even they were delving into kind of the animated look more. I'm not sure, but it just seems like there should be some stuff and some dirt on the armor, because Rex was not one to sit at base. So let's take a look at his articulation. The head is on a dumbbell at the top and then a ball joint at the bottom, I do believe. So he can look up that high. He can look down that far. He's got a little chicken neck. He's got some waggle. He can do the full Exorcist at the shoulder. And I guess it's probably easier to show it on this side. Now this piece is like we've become accustomed to. It goes down and then the arm pins through it. So it moves with the arm. And it will give you 360 degrees worth of rotation there. He raises his arm up well past 90 degrees. I do believe there's a butterfly in there. So forward that far, back that far. Yeah, there's a butterfly in there. Beep, 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 beep. Fly away, little clone. Then, oh, yes, he has a cut at the upper bicep for full 360 degrees of rotation. And I want to say it rotates at the elbow as well. It's a single hinged elbow. And it does swivel, so single hinge and swivel. The armor piece here is a separate piece. And it does get in the way a little bit maybe. So he gives you that much bend. So better than 90 degree bend at the elbow. So that's really good. 360 degrees of rotation at the wrist on an in and out hinge. And then the other side is an up and down hinge. So that's good. Not as good. So then there's a cut here at the torso, or in the middle of the abdomen. Gives him all kinds of hula going on there. 360 degrees of rotation. He can lean side to side, backwards that far, and he can lean forward that far. So for a guy in armor, I guess that's okay. Now this hard, well, it ain't hard, but this non-soft goods comma does hinder the articulation. He can only give you that much of the splits. He only kicks forward that far. This is hindering the range of movement, and going back only about that far. This is not hindering that. That's how far the hip hinges backwards. So where this black part inserts into the armor part, there's a rotation at the upper thigh there. There is a single hinge and swivel at the knee, swivels around 360 degrees and gives you a little better than 90 degrees worth of bend, it looks like. At the ankle, tilts down that far, tilts up that far, and it does have a pin for rocker. Now as far as storage goes, if you don't want him holding his pistols, they'll go right in his holsters there, and they stay in there pretty good. And then he can hold his helmet, or as I prefer, because I don't like the way the hair looks, Doesn't look right to me. So this is the way my Captain Rex always is, with his bucket on. And there you have it, my friends. I'll look at the figure, the accessories, and accessory storage. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have Star Wars The Black Series, Ahsoka Disney Plus TV show, Phase 1 Clone Captain Rex, with Star Wars The Black Series, one of the newer Phase 1 clones. I can't tell you exactly which one it is. And Star Wars The Black Series, The Clone Wars, Clone Captain Rex in his Phase 2 armor. It's time for our last set of comparisons. And here we have Star Wars The Black Series, the Ahsoka TV show's version of Phase 1 armor Clone Captain Rex, with, from the Marvel Legends series, making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee from G.I. Joe Classified series, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander, Star Wars The Black Series' Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper, and for a 7-inch scale comparison from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on Star Wars The Black Series, Ahsoka Disney Plus show, Captain Rex, I have to say the plastic overlay comma is not a good thing. I mean, don't get me wrong, if they're standing in a static pose, they do alright, and I'm not always the biggest fan of Hasbro's attempts at soft goods, but you know, they already had that soft goods pattern. They could have easily used it for this figure and just had the holsters attached to the belt like they are anyway, or like they at least appear to be. So that's a big mistake. Now the other thing about this figure, I would have liked to seen it, you know, like scuffed up, been in some action, like most of the other clones that we get. So this guy kind of stands out. So I'm not sure if they were trying to kind of go for that beginning animation look, but even I think in the Clone Wars movie, Rex's stuff was scuffed up and stuff, because he's not the kind of guy who sits in the base while all the other clones are out fighting droids. Nope, he's out there tearing those clankers up too. In fact, he's usually leading the charge right behind Anakin and Ahsoka. So why they went with this like super clean look to it, I don't know, unless they're just trying to rush it out, which doesn't make sense because it's not like the show is rushing out. So I don't know, maybe striking while the iron's hot, because they put that redeco of the Clone Wars Anakin out. So maybe they felt like but still, I don't understand why they couldn't like dirty him up just a little bit. So I don't know, maybe I'll try to do that, but I doubt it, because I don't want to mess it up, and I'm not great with paint, but that's because I don't paint. So that's on me. But it's really on you, Hasbro, because you didn't scuff the armor up and give him a little bit of a wash to put him out in the field, you know? Easy peasy, my friends. So, but other than that, you know, it's a clone body. It's Phase 1 clone. And, oh, the other thing, the blonde hair. I think I said enough about that earlier. It just doesn't seem to me like that's correct, but I could be mistaken. But overall, you know, I'd have to say this is a good addition to a Clone Wars display, even though it's not, you know, labeled Clone Wars or anything like that. But it just as well be, because it's Clone Wars flashbacks on Ahsoka. But, you know, as long as he keeps his helmet on, this works even without the wash or the scuffing or any of that stuff. It still works. And I have a Black Series Phase 1 Captain Rex now to go with my Phase 2 Captain Rex and some of my other Phase 1 clones. Well, that does it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. If you are interested in supporting my channel further, I am now offering memberships at various tiers. Click the join button on my YouTube page, or check this video's description for the link and see if any membership offers are right for you, but only if you are in a position to do so. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you would like to see more content or just help channel grow. Or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.